Huh. What's going on here? I'm having some issues. I think it's my Comcast thing. Let's see if it stays. Okay, it seemed like my Comcast went offline and it's been acting a little crazy right now. So let's hope that it stays, that we can continue. Well, it's nice to be back again. I'm not sure how long I can paint because I'm still having hand issues. It was bleeding a little bit today, so I had to put a Band-Aid on. But I'm still kind of black and blue, and it's still swollen, so I don't know how far I'm going to be able to get on this, but we'll see. And I thought just to start out, I'd read you a little something out of this little book here, 101 Things to Learn in Art School. And it's a cute little book, and it has a lot of different things that you know, when you're in art school, what you might want to just focus on. So this one here is called Each Generation Gets It to Reinvent Art in Its Own Image. Because art is an act of description, it is inevitable that what it describes will reflect every generation's bias of the moment. It is not a strict reflection of a time, but an interpretation rendered in a language that is always in a state of transformation. So, you know, like a lot of people will do art of the times, like a lot of musicians even, they sing about different things. I know recently I just purchased a CD, and it's the Robert Cray Band, and it's very good. There's one particular song on there that I really like, and of course, I can't play it, but if you have the opportunity to check out Robert Cray on Amazon, give it a shot and just see. There we go again. What's going on here? Oops, sorry. Sorry. Ugh. That happens all the time, and I don't know why. We're going to go back here and just... I have no signal, but I know what I need to do. This is going to be awful in the beginning here. So we'll just start to record. And if you get a chance, just listen to that. Some of the words, I mean, you know, like even when I was growing up in the 70s, you know, there were songs about Vietnam and all the things that were going on at the time. So, you know, music can reflect. Sometimes art can too. You know, there's a lot of things that people reflect. I mean, Salvador Dali, he was like a little way out there, but he did reflect on unusual things, you know. So you might want to just get an idea. So if I can, I'm going to paint a witch's hand and an apple, and we're going to see how that turns out. Right now, these are the colors that I'm planning to use. I don't know if I will use all of them. I have Naphthol Crimson. And that's a basic shade. I have Cad Red Deep. It's a hue. I've got this Cad Yellow Medium hue. I have Permanent Green Light, which is Winsor & Newton. And I have this Brilliant Purple, which I might add in there as well. Then, of course, I have my black and my white. So, hi Grayscale, how are you? Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. It's nice to see you. And I was talking about my hand and how it's kind of messed up. So because it's my right hand, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to paint, but we're going to see. So I'm going to start out with my green. I'm going to move these out of the way. And we'll see how far I can go. I'm not sure how far I can go without being too sore. I don't want to like mess it up. But the doctor said I'm doing really well. And I have to go back. Ooh, that really shot out. I have to go back at the end of the month. And hopefully I'll get released to go back to work. That would be nice. And we'll see what happens. So let me go here with a number. I think I have a couple of these out here. This is a number 14 Bright. It's a Master's Touch. And right in the middle, I'm going to go with my green. So we're just going to go kind of plopping in here some of the green. I don't know if I want to go darker or not. This is just a fun little painting. It's nothing spectacular. I'm just going to do something easy for this week. I was just going to do a chat, but I don't have enough room to set up a area that might be okay for a chat. This green is kind of transparent, so I'm not sure exactly. I'd have to add another coat or maybe change the green color a bit. I'm going to go into some black now. Oh, wait. If I can open it. There we go. Add a little water to that just to kind of move it along a bit. Yeah, I'm not, you know, while I've been recovering here, I've been watching different people and some different things. And I know people can't afford sometimes the paintings that I do. So I'm deciding on maybe doing some prints, which would be a lot cheaper for people if they're interested in some of the art that I do. And I'm just trying to decide where I want that to show up, either on my Patreon page or maybe both Etsy and Patreon. Not quite sure yet. So let's just add a little up in here. Mix it with that. Yeah, so anyway, well, my surgery really went well. I had expected to really be in a lot of pain with this because the doctor just about told me, you know, it's going to hurt like crazy. So I just figured, oh, okay, well, it's going to hurt. And I was pleasantly surprised because it hurt so bad, I guess, before that was minor pain to me. So, but the surgery is kind of interesting in what they did. He took one of the bones out that were pretty well filled up with arthritis in my wrist here, and he sewed the thumb bone to this bone right here with a stitch of some sort, and he just left this empty in there, and it kind of grows a little differently, I guess, but that should relieve that pain that was in there. And I thought, oh, that's good, you know. I'm happy with that. So some of this is just going to kind of mix in here with the black. Kind of give you a little eerie feeling for the Halloween time. I'm not much into the Halloween kind of things, but like I said, I saw this and I thought, well, you know, I think I could do this. It's easy. Something that's not going to hurt too much to do. And we'll let it dry and we'll put more of the green in there. But I would like to use a darker green. So I'm going to have to go see if I can find one. Right now it kind of looks a little goofy. I'm not blending it very well. Alright, let me just put that in my water and I'll see if I can find something a little darker in my... Sap green, that might be good. That actually might be better. Okay, let's try sap green. Try sap green and see what happens. Yeah, so I've been watching some videos and, you know, I'm always amazed at people with these personalities and they have so many interesting things that they talk about. They have like props, you know, for themselves. Hats or whatever, and I'm not into all that. I'm just a straightforward realism kind of painter, except for today. This isn't very realistic, but that's how I like to do my art. I'm very real, you know, very realistic. So let's continue to add the green, nice and dark. This is an Amsterdam shade. It's all acrylic. I might end up using a different brush. This might be too hard. Get something a little softer. Mix a little bit of these greens together, kind of make it a lighter green here. We kind of want it dark. softer here. Let me try this one. This is a flat wash, but I think this was more for watercolor, but I'm going to use it because I think it'll be smoothing. Yeah, it'll kind of smooth that out a bit. Then, oh my. So it's certainly turned cooler here. I don't know wherever you guys live, what the weather's like, if it's warm or cold. But it just kind of got cool real quick. We were having such nice weather. It's supposed to get a little warmer over the weekend, but we'll see. And I'm going to spritz it a little. Making it look very ominous. Very ominous here. Grab some black. Get it in there. Just making crisscross strokes right now. And when this dries, I'll put another coat. Sometimes you just have to make a double coat if your paints aren't that great. And these are basic paints, so they're not top quality, but they're good for these kinds of things. I think the best paint really is golden. Oh, wow. Yeah, they said ours is going to peak, our leaves are going to peak this weekend. So, yeah, last year, it wasn't until November that the trees actually started to turn. So I guess the weather had a lot to do with the big changes in that. Not exactly, sure, but it seemed like with this dryness that we had, there wasn't much rain, and just made them turn early. But they were saying too, they're kind of thinking that they might fall off the leaves before they actually turn. And I've noticed that on a few trees in our street here, that the leaves are falling off already. Yeah, it's kind of sad. I always get sad at this time of year. I don't like it. I'm not one for cold weather. But that's where my grandparents landed when they got off the boat. So I'm like kind of stuck here, I guess. I could move, but like you get used to a place and you just don't want to, you just kind of like where you're at. And that's kind of what's happened to me now, you just kind of get used to it. And So, I'm going to let that dry for a bit. I'm going to kind of go over it with my mop brush just kind of to get some of these nice, this isn't even working the way I want it. It's horrible. Let's see. Maybe my bunny brush. Yeah, that might be better. These are kind of probably drying now too. But it's kind of smoothing it out more so. Making it misty looking. Okay. So my next step on this, I am going to get my splatter brush. Get some yellow. I have it in here. I might not be able to find any in here. I don't need a whole lot. Oh boy, that's not coming out, and it's too hard for me to squirt it. I don't know if I have some in my can. Oh yeah, I got some nice in here. This is a deep yellow. It's a Deco Art paint, and this might work better actually. I can get, there we go. I can get it to come out, which it came out pretty good. And I'm going to put a little water into that. Hit my splatter brush. Okay. Ooh. Just splatter. And it's alright if it makes some like crazy things like that. That's alright. It's cool. Okay, so I got my splatters in there. Oh wow, that's kind of neat. Rinse that out. Now we'll just let that dry and just chat a bit. I'll get my brushes here. Let's see if that's getting dry or not. Yeah, our next, oh yeah, oh no, it's not dry yet. Not dry yet. Might take a little bit of time. Okay, so let's just have a little bit of off time here, off camera or whatever. I guess Epiphan is coming out with a new kind of, not a webcaster, it's a pearl And I don't know what that's going to be like, but that looks like it might be interesting. But I think they're expensive. I don't think you can get anything like a Webcaster anymore. I was lucky to find this one. That was short for sure. The one that I purchased the first time didn't work. So, luckily the guy took it back. I don't know what he needs to do with it, but it's just not working. And this one, I mean, it's like brand new. It was brand new. So I'm real happy with it. And thanks to Grayscale Painting, I found out how to do this. And I especially wanted to be able to capture my palette because, you know, like when I mix things, I wanted to show people how I did it, you know. Let me see if I can dry this a little bit. It's going to be loud, and I apologize. Just want to kind of go low with the heat. Much better. Much better. It's nice and dry now. Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to get my pencil, chalk pencil. I'm going to take this color out. We don't want purple. I can't get it. Actually, I might not be able to get it out. I might have to use, oh, there we go. Purple. I struggle. Alright, so I'm going to just kind of draw an apple here. That's going to kind of come over, like maybe it's going to end about right here. And that's okay that I'm, you know, going through the paint because some of it's just not dry yet. And we'll have the apple come to about right here. Nice rounded apple. Because we're going to have to put some, what I plan on doing is putting some gesso in here so that green gets covered a little bit. So we've got the apple here. There's like a little divot here. And then there's a stem that comes out. So we're going to do this part first. The apple part. So let me get my gesso. Oh no, no signal. What happened? Oh gosh. Yeah, it keeps going. That's my Comcast. Dang it. Wow. What's going on? Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Let's see if I can get back to where I was. If I'm still, okay, am I still live? Can you tell me? Because it went out. Let's see. I think it's still live, but I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, looks like I'm still there. My chat might be a little goofed up, but I'm still here. All right. Yeah, so I'm going to get my gesso. I don't know how long that was out. I'm having an issue, I guess, with my great Comcast. Gesso. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, good. All right, got my white gesso. I'm going to paint that in now. So, anyway. Glad it's back. I'm back in action. Yeah, I just want to get this like so when I do paint this that I can get the red and not a brown. I don't want brown in my apple. Might have some green in it, but hopefully this will cover pretty good. I'm surprised that that green is taking so long to dry. It shouldn't really take that long. We'll have a nice fat apple. Okay, let me dry this a little bit. It's going to make some noise. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I mean, as far as what's happening here, I think my Comcast, because I have it on Wi-Fi, I think that's what's causing it. And my Comcast is horrible here. It's always out. I'm better off having a satellite, I think. All right. So let's get some red out. Okay, let's move this camera up a little bit so you can see that part. All right, now, very simplistic painting today. Very simplistic. looks pretty nice, this apple, doesn't it? Not too bad. It went on there pretty well. Now you know that red and green are complementary, so this is going to really stand out. Complementary colors. So as I'm painting this apple, I'm going in the direction that the apple would probably show up nice. Kind of just rounding it out. Okay, now I'm going to get a little bit of black, just a tad on my brush. And around the edge, I'm just going to outline this. Kind of like, just like this. Okay, and then I'm going to have it darker over here. Just a little darkness coming through here. Just moving it up, just kind of going lightly, nothing real fancy. Just kind of giving it a little color here. Okay. I'm trying to get a little dimension in here. Rinsing out my brush again. And I'm going to get some of my gesso. Kind of just giving it a little bit of highlight here. Couple little spots here. Oops. Get some more red here. Just kind of smoothing that in there a little bit. Right in the divot, I want a little darkness here. Right in here. And just a little highlight. Okay, now I want to get that stem in there. It's going to be a dark stem. I'm going to mix a little bit of black, a little red. Just put this stem in. I'm just holding my pinky down. Nice big fat stem. All right. Now our next step is I'm going to draw in a hand. Let's see how that goes. Let's see. Where did I put my pencil? Okay, good. All right. Now, let's see here. Okay, that has to dry a little bit. But I'm going to have my hand coming out, which I better kind of get an idea. Well, that's not going to work too well. I'm going to have to dry that a little bit. Got to dry my apple. Ugh. Dried a little bit. Thank you, Grayscale. Yeah, I went off a little bit there. I'm still live. That's good. Okay. All right, let's see if I can draw this hand now. I'm going to put finger right here. Okay. holding the apple. It's going to be like the thumb, and it comes down. And right around here as it connects, it's going to be a little bit wobbly. It's going to come out here. Just kind of getting the hang of this here. Might be a little bit thicker. The nails like that. And I'm just using a chalk pencil kind of thing. This here is going to come around, meet that. Right here, we're going to have the wrist. And another finger coming around here. Ugly black nails, they're going to be black. Because this is a witch. Okay. All right. Probably should have had her hand come over a little bit more here. Let's see. I can get that off of there. Okay. Let's come out a little bit more over here. Down in. Have her hand come up like that. This will be a little bit higher up too. This can be up higher. And a little bit thinner here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some more of that gesso on these fingers. This one here is just a little fat, too fat for this. Well, we'll see how that looks once I get the gesso on there. I can tell a little bit better. I'm going to get a smaller brush to do this. Let's see what we have in the smaller one. This is just a cheap old brush, and I don't even know what size it is. But that's what I'm going to use to paint this in. Because it's probably going to need a few coats. The nails are going to be black. This way, you know, the background gets covered up a little bit. We're actually going to be using white anyways, but I want to add a little purpley color into this too, giving her purpley skin. I might just take in a little bit of the thumb here too. I like the shape of that part, but the other part is a little weird. So a little too fat for my liking here. Now just a little bit of this finger showing, so I just want a little bit of that showing. Okay, let's see. Oh. So I finished up my daughter's book. I have to start on another one. It's a Halloween book. It's on Amazon. It's called, I think it's Happy Halloween. She wrote the book and I did the pictures, and I have to adjust a couple of the pictures because once they're printed, you can see some stuff that you didn't see prior. Oops. And I definitely want to fix those things. So it's only like 2 pictures that I didn't like in the way that they had done them when they published it. So I worked very hard to get that done for her for this Halloween book, and I'll tell you, that was hard to get that done because I was having such an issue with my hand. Yeah, that's got to be a little bit bigger there. Okay. So get some of that red out. Red is hard to remove from paint. So we're going to let this dry for a little bit. Yeah, I don't have a copy of the book. I have to get one so that I can show everybody. We have 2 more, well actually 3 more books that we're writing, but they're not going to be published till next year. And I'm going to try to get the other one, there's one that I want to get done so it can be published this year. A little bit of this white, get those little streaks back in here. Get our little bit of highlights back. Okay, now let's see here. We're going to get our nails in. I like to get those in because they're black. Let's see. I'm going to use a tiny, tiny brush. This is my number 4. It's a shader. I'm going to get these nails in. Will help me to see better with the hands too. All the nails are in there. Yuck. These are funny looking, aren't they? Okay. Okay, what I want to do here is I want to cut in on that one too, because that was a little strange here. Just cut in a little bit. Her finger looks too big here, so we'll have to fix this. Just use your fingers to blend so it blends in with the rest of this. Maybe I'll fatten up her finger here. Fatten it up a little bit. Even though it's kind of straight here, can go like that. Alright, so we got some of this together. It's almost done. Just have to get the rest of the finger in. Uh-oh. And some shading. I want to get, like I said, purple in here. Yeah. So I'm going to get some of my purple out. Because her hand's going to be like a purplish shade. And I have that in the corner. So if I mix anything, I'll mix it up over here. What's that? Gonna need a little bit of green in there. Kinda. Blend it, and then I'll probably have to add another little bit of that in there. Just give it a little oomph. Okay, so let's see now. What can we do? Okay, we're going to make some of this hand purple and gray. We got to mix a little gray, so I'm going to get some of my black and my white here. Might need some more white. It's not gray enough. It's still hard to squeeze things, so bear with me. I'm just trying to Okay, so I'm going to get a little purple, Let me mix it with some of that gray. Just a little darker. There we go. Alrighty, let me rinse this out. Yeah, so this is my little Halloween picture. Not really big on this holiday, really. I don't even consider it a holiday. It's just a weird thing. I mean, people have made it so weird to me that it's not even like fun anymore, I don't think. It's just not my idea of fun anymore. It was cute when you could get dressed up and it was fun, you know, but people have gone to the extreme in the decorations. I don't understand that. I get some purple now, and we're going to go in through here a little bit, give it a touch of purple. I'm probably going to have to do her fingernails again. Yeah, she has to have a little purpley in her skin. I mean, I can make it a little greenish too, but I think purple kind of does the trick. I'm going to go in with my smaller brush here and redo that nail. This one here. Maybe we better make this a little bit longer. I apologize, I'm having a little bit of a hard time here, and it's my wrist. I can't really turn it like I would like to turn it. There we go. Okay. So I gotta get some white over here now, because that nail kind of went a little weird. Okay, we're gonna go with this gray here. Ew, she's got some ugly hands. Okay, so I'm going to go in with some black, some real dark gray, and a tad of purple in there. Just kind of giving it that little bit of color. And I'm going to come in here with a little bit of shading here. Well, let me get another brush here. Let me get this one here because I think it'll blend better. Okay, and something like that comes down in here. I want this to actually come down, kind of give it a little bit of a shade here. And I think what we're going to do is add a little lighter shade too, but I just want to kind of blend that over. Okay, and we're going to get a little real dark in through here because I want this to come over like that. Blend it in. Okay, let's put a little bit of that dark up in through here. That's her little bend in there, so we'll get that better too. Her little bend. And kind of separate these two. Get a little shade there. This is kind of like shaded a bit too, right in through here. Okay, ooh. Okay, let's see here if we can get some of this purple back in there. Maybe a little white. Gray. Just to give me some highlights over here. And here. And here. Okay. And some more highlights. A little bit more. Now this will be, because it's lighter, it's going to almost look white. That's what we want. Want it to be light. And this comes down like that. I want that to be light in here. So we're going to add a little bit more white to that. Gray. I want this to be lighter. Okay. And I may have to, okay, like this has to be a little lighter in here too. Okay. going to let this dry. And then we're going to outline it a little bit. I do want to put some highlights in the... There's some highlights in certain places here. Let's see if I can get a decent round brush. Let's see what happens with that. Alright, let's put a highlight on this stem. Let's see what happens here. I may have to use a pencil or a pen, like a Posca pen or something, because it's hard for me to move my wrist. Yeah, I think, yeah, because I'm not steady enough. So let me see. Well, this has to dry. So let me dry it. Oh, thank you. Oh, thanks, Grayscale. Thank you. I get wrapped up here. Yeah, this isn't one of my best paintings because it's very difficult right now to actually hold anything for a period of time, and it just isn't one of my better ones, so I do apologize for that. I don't know if I have anything here. Whoops. Let's see. I know I have Posca pens, but I don't have a lot of white ones that are working because I've used them so much. Let's see if any of these work. I kind of use them a lot with my book. So we'll see if any of this will work here. I don't know. A little bit. It kind of dried out. This might be good. No, none of these are any good. Wow, this is going to be awful. I can't do my work with pens that don't work. Yeah. Yeah, I can't seem to get that to work, so let's see if I can do it with my hands. We'll see what I can do. I'll try this little brush here. It's pretty stiff, so maybe it'll help me. Having just time keeping my hands steady. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work too well. So maybe next week we'll finish it up. I'll just finish it up next week. Maybe put all the details in. By then it'll be dry, and maybe I'll be able to get it to a point where it works out a little bit better, you know. It's hard sometimes when you have little issues. Clean up some of this. Look at that. She looks like it's spongy here. You know, I want to get that a little thinner too, because she looks a little weird here. So, with all that being said, we'll just come back next week, finish it up, and I appreciate your hanging in there, Grayscale. Thank you so much. It's always nice hearing from you and seeing your work. I love your flowers. They're so pretty. And I'm supposing that you just make those up in your, I mean, I don't know if you follow anything when you're doing all that, but they sure turn out nice. Let's see here. This is getting real dark here, so I don't want that. Ooh. Yeah, my hands are like really getting tired here. Yeah, so let's just finish this up next week. I appreciate you hanging in there with me. And until next time, bye. Bye.